Hey everybody, Sam back once again. Time to review this. Yes, the Nexus 5. So should we do it already? Yep. Let's roll the intro. So yeah, here we have it, the Nexus 5. What we're going to do first of all is run down the specifications of this bad boy. So as you can see on the front of the device, it's got a 4.95 inch display. Yes, full HD, full 1080p with a PPI, for those pixel punches out there, of 445. On the front of it, it's also got Gorilla Glass 3 as well. So in terms of scratches and whatnot, you should be okay. Inside the device itself, it's got a Snapdragon 800, clocked at 2.26 GHz. Yes, not 2.3, 2.26 GHz, and also 2 GB of RAM. Now, for my non-tech heads out there, what does that mean? It means it's got an absolute beast of a processor. The actual GPU is called an Adreno 330, which will handle pretty much any task you chuck it. You want to chuck a high definition game at it, it will just eat through it. Not a problem at all. The internal storage of this bad boy that I've got is only 16 GB, but it does come in a 32 GB version as well. Inside there we've also got Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, all the usuals, what you'd expect in a smartphone like this. Again, from our non-tech heads out there, this phone has got everything that you need in a smartphone today, and then some. It's got more power, more performance, more of everything you're ever going to need just for a daily mobile phone. So we're going to take you around the device really quick while we're here. So on the back of the device we have got an 8 megapixel camera, which is capable of doing 1080p at 30 frames a second. It's also got optical image stabilization. Now what does that mean? Well, think of this as, let's say this is a lens and this is your phone. As your phone moves, the lens kind of stays still and it kind of floats. The reason why you want something like that is because if you've got a bit of a shake hand when you're taking a picture, then your actual picture should hopefully be blur free. Same for video. If you're moving around, your lens itself will try and keep it as stable as possible. So it just means that you're going to get hopefully blur free photos, and the actual video as well should hopefully not be as shaky. Again, the key word there is hopefully. The front facing camera, which we can hopefully just see there, yep, is a 1.3 megapixel and it only does 720p. So unfortunately there's no 1080p on the front of this device. Yes, the 1080p screen, but no 1080p video recording from that front facing camera. Which, yeah, I know it is a little disappointing, but meh, 720p is good enough. I don't think you need much more than that. As long as the 720p is a good quality, you should be okay with it. One thing a lot of people have seemed to neglect in the review is that this has actually got wireless charging built straight into it. So even though it is a super thin device, yes, wireless charging works straight out of the box, this one. If you want to go into a bit more of depth with wireless chargers, leave me a comment down below and I will go more, more in depth on wireless charging itself and what the benefits of it is. It sounds pretty simple, but just wireless charging, but there are some drawbacks as well. So if you want a full video, again, leave me a comment down below for that one. And the price for these phones, how much do they cost? Well, obviously I'm based in the UK. The price of this starts at £299 and it's £339. So £299 for a 16GB, £339 for a 32GB. In the US, I believe it's £349 and £399 for the respective sizes. It also comes in a white colour. So obviously this one here, I've got my black one, and I've got my white one just here. Now the difference between these two, I've made a video on. If you want to see the comparison between those two, I will put an annotation on screen there and you can see the differences. So now let's just chuck the white one off to the side really quickly and we'll carry on talking about the Nexus 5. So we'll carry on going around the actual device itself. On the bottom of it, hopefully you can see there, we've got the speakers. I say speakers, I actually mean speaker. That's the only speaker. This is just a hole. I'm going to guess the microphone's probably tucked away in there, and the micro USB for charging and syncing it. Down this side here, you get nothing till you get the actual SIM tray, and that's where it takes a micro SIM card. And it's got there your actual power button for actually turning it on, turning it off, power, standby, etc. And that's made out of ceramic, so nice little touch there. You have got a secondary microphone just there, and then your 3.5mm headphone jack. And last but not least, on this side of the device, yes, nothing apart from the volume up and down. We've already covered off the actual camera and LED, Nexus logo, and obviously your LG there. Now the device, as we said, it is mammoth by that 4.95 inch display, and that's all you're really going to see. Now let me just talk about the actual screen itself. I have done a couple of comparisons against other devices, such as the LG G2, HTC One, etc. I've got a playlist down below if you want to see all those videos, but the screen in this bad boy, I love it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's crisp, it's sharp, everything about it just is gorgeous, and it's extremely bright as well. So I'm just going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to turn the auto brightness off. I put that up, you can't even see on screen, it is that bright right now. So we're going to put it back to auto, so actually the video doesn't look silly. And boom, we've got it back there. But it's an extremely bright panel. When you put it down to the least, it's still pretty bright, but not too bright, so it is okay. Now, a lot of people, a lot of reviews so far have neglected the fact that this is a phone, and what's the phone quality like? Well, I'm glad to say that the phone quality is good. The actual speaker in it's pretty damn good as well, the actual earpiece. So, you know, a lot of people haven't really spoke about that. Yes, it is very good as a phone. I've been running this one on the 3 network on 3G. This one currently runs on O2. Very similar performance, apart from the 3 one has actually had decent data speed, whereas O2 suck. But that's a different video. So yeah, it's never had a drop call. I've never had an issue with it. So in terms of actual voice calls and stuff like that and data quality, gets a thumbs up on that respect there. How does it perform in the daily tasks? It is an absolute beast. So I mean, I'm just going to go through things, you know, go in and out of things really quickly and just kind of show you how fast it is of going in and out of applications, you name it, whatever it might be. It is just an absolute multitasking beast. So let's bring it multitasking again. You want to go back to something, boom, tap it in, tap it out. Let's go back to Instagram, let's go back out. Let's go back to the Play Store, let's go back out. Let's go back to Chrome, let's go back out. There's no lag at all. I have had no lag, and when I say no lag at all, I mean no lag whatsoever. In terms of performance, this is the fastest phone I've ever used. Now, that's saying something, having a Galaxy Note 3, which is an absolute multitasking beast. This phone, zero lag. This is what some people in the industry would say is the iPhone equivalent. Yes, there's no lag, there's no stuttering, everything about it is just perfect. So another thing that a lot of people want to know about is what's the camera like? Well, it's hit and miss with the camera. It's the best camera that's been on a Nexus device. Now, is that saying a lot? I don't really know, to be honest with you, because the cameras in the past have not been great. The problem with this camera is that the focusing. It finds it hard to properly focus, and it's a little slow at focusing. When it focuses, it's beauty. The actual camera itself is a really good camera. The actual optics inside there is only 8 megapixel, but 8 megapixels is enough. The problem you'll find, I'll see if I can show you here now, is that when it says it's focused, like hopefully you can see that, it shows the green, it's not in focus. And that, to me, is a bit of an issue. Now, it doesn't always do that, you know, and other objects that will focus on it, it will actually get the actual focus on it. So I'll tell you what, I'll see if I can bring my knife in as well. So this is more of an easier task for it to actually handle. So if I can kind of get it there, the little Fox logo, you can see it's focused perfect. But the problem is that when you bring the Nexus in, so as an example, taking a picture, bringing the Nexus back in, it's finding it hard to focus, even though it's saying it's focused. Now it's saying it's not focused. There it says it's focused, but it's not. It's actually not focused on it. It's a little unfocused. So the problem I've got is close-ups. It's not so good. If it's a dark image, and you know, and it's kind of like very easy to kind of spot out, it's going to get that image every time. So as an example, let's just focus, take a quick picture, and then boom. So pull it in, and there's the actual image itself. Now as you can see there, it's a pretty good picture. It's not the best. It's not the worst. I've seen a lot better. I've seen a hell of a lot worse. But the camera itself is good. It's good enough for everyday usage. It's not going to be a Lumia 1020, a Lumia 925. It's not going to be an iPhone 5S, unfortunately. Yes, they are some of the better cameras on the market. It's probably not even a Galaxy S4. You know, Galaxy S4 still probably beats it, as well as the Note 3. But in terms of camera performance, it's going to get you through what you want it to do. If it's Instagram and stuff like that, then don't worry about it. It's good enough. The video performance is pretty decent. Now, again, I have done some video comparisons with this one. If you want to see the 1080p video test, I will put an annotation on screen there, and you can go check that one out. I've been impressed by that. It's pretty good. Again, not the best I've seen, but again, it's not the worst. It's kind of average. You know, it's not perfect, but it's also not bad. The optical image stabilization makes it a lot better than it would be anywhere. The front-facing camera, which only does 720p, yeah, it's okay. But the actual speakers inside this phone, the microphone, should I say, the microphones inside it are awesome. Again, if you want to see the 720p video test, there's a little link on the screen now in the description for you people on mobile devices. I mean, I've been impressed with everything about the phone. There's only one little niggling thing that kind of gets me most of the time, and it's the battery performance. Now, I've done a video on the battery, I've done 2 videos on the battery. I did one after 1 day and I did one after 5 days. Again, if you want to see those, annotation on the screens and link in the description. But to give you a brief kind of indication of the battery, it's hit and miss. One day you'll get really good performance, the next day it'll be absolutely crap. I don't know why. I'm not doing anything different, and it seems like I'm not the only person to have this issue. You know, there are other people out there that have had very similar experiences. I can go to one day and I'll have the screen for, let's say, I don't know, 4 hours screen on time and 19 hours going, and I think that's pretty damn good. The day after, I'll be dead after 12 hours and another 2 hours of the screen being on. It's so hit and miss, it's unbelievable. So I'm hoping that, that Google can push an update out for the battery to make it more consistent, and also put an update for the camera as well to make that more consistent, because the hardware in the device is not bad. It is only rocking a 2300 mAh battery, but that should be good enough for a day's usage. My HTC One seems to do it. The Galaxy S4 with only 300 extra mAh seems to do it without much of a problem as well. There's no reason why they shouldn't. Now, a lot of people are going to say, Sam, you've not really covered off the new KitKat features. Well, that's the operating system. I'm really trying to stick this one mainly to the phone. Would I recommend this as a phone? I definitely recommend it as a phone. If you are looking to go out and get the best phone out there for your money today, in terms of pricing, this phone cannot be beaten in terms of price. Would I recommend it above, let's say, a Galaxy Note 3 or a Galaxy S4 or an LG G2 HTC One? Depends on your budget. Depends what you want from the phone. If you want a phone that does everything at a good price, at a great price, this is the phone for you. If you want a better camera, then you might want to get a Galaxy device. If you want something that's got more multitasking, then you're probably going to get a Galaxy Note. If you want a different build quality, then you're probably going to get an HTC One. It's a hard one. I would probably pick this over all the other phones currently because it's fast, it's fluid, battery life is okay. Again, I would like more consistency in that, but I can't, it's not happening for me right now. But that's it. I could definitely recommend going to buy one. If there's anything I've not covered off in the review that you want me to cover off, then leave me a comment down below. I'll be making separate videos on little things that people want to see, such as gaming performances, etc. If you want to see those, then do leave me a comment down below. But what do you reckon? Are you impressed by the Nexus 5? Would you pick one up? Which one would you rather have, the black or the white? So that's it, people. That is my review of the Google Nexus 5. What do you reckon? Would you go purchase one? Would you not? Leave me a comment down below. While you're there, please hit the like button. It is very much appreciated. And yes, it really does help. I know people say it, but guess what? We really mean it every time we say that. And subscribe for more videos, which should be just down here, or they may be up here. I don't know. Whenever you're watching this, YouTube might have changed. You can hit me up on Twitter at samjpullen. My Google+, Facebook and everything, again, is down in the description as well. Anyway, people, again, I really do appreciate you watching this one. Any questions, as always, leave us comments down below. And you'll see me all in the next one. Cheers, everyone.